I assume we can say that's October 2019, which would be wild if the promotional material that was just printed was originally made to be printed back in 2019 and they just decided to still use it. Why, hello there. This is the Elden Wait, and today is day 684 since Elden Ring was first announced at E3 2019. And you might notice I'm not wearing my cardigan today, but I got this cool PlayStation Gear sweatshirt, Bloodborne official merch, which is pretty cool, so I'm wearing that today. And the topic for today are a few bits of news, sort of in quotes, that I think sort of help, maybe, kind of, give us a better picture of what we might expect for when and how we will see Elden Ring. And the first bit of news is regarding the GameStop promotional material that you may have heard a little bit about. And so let me bring that up there. So on Monday, I got a screenshot, or I got a photo and some information that GameStop had this promotional material. This isn't actually the picture I received. This is one that's a little bit clearer on Reddit. But so this is what GameStop received, and I can confirm that multiple stores received this. It wasn't just one place. And this is actually the second time I confirmed that this is the second time that GameStop has gotten GameStop stores have gotten promotional materials for Elden Ring. The first was cover art for DVD cases back in 2019, before TGA. And then the other piece of information is this is a placeholder box made by GameStop themselves, not sent by Bandai Namco. So this is being led by GameStop here. And I think the reasoning behind it is that GameStop don't for sure know why GameStop chose to print and send out this promotional material to put up on their walls. But we can deduce that GameStop at least is trying to prepare people and to be prepared themselves for potential pre-orders. So they have been doing pre-orders since 2019, and they haven't stopped, but there's no goal metrics in place for pre-order goals, which is something that happens as games get release dates and information like that. So they don't have any information in the system to indicate that GameStop is aware of a particular release date, or that they're gearing up for something definite, just that they're preparing themselves in general. And I received from Lance McDonald, we were talking on Twitter, and just in the corner of the Elden Ring promotional material, it said April 19 Power App Elden Ring. And I just wanted to show here that Lance found that this is sort of the naming convention. I assume we can say that's October 2019, which would be wild if the promotional material that was just printed was originally made to be printed back in 2019 and they just decided to still use it because they didn't receive anything else from the publisher since then. So that's very possible. But so that's where we're at with GameStop. Is basically it doesn't really tell us anything in particular beyond the fact that GameStop is being prepared for the potential to, try and get pre-orders and people to pre-order for when information comes out. And the next piece of news is that seemingly unrelated at first, but Tales of Arise back in March, along with Digimon Survive, both had information saying that they would receive further news in spring 2021. And that with the Bamco Next rumor, got a lot of people thinking that they were teasing a next Bamco Next event. But as we can see as of Wednesday, Tales of Arise had a trailer come out, a release date, articles from Famitsu, article from IGN come out. So that really puts to me, reduces the odds of Bamco Next being an event, because Tales of Arise has already sort of shown their stuff. So I think that's something that we can kind of cross out of our minds as a potential, because they've been sort of just dropping trailers. They've done the same thing with Scarlet Nexus recently. So I think it's safe to say with this Tales of Arise information that we won't be seeing something from, a Bamco Next event. And the other bit of information here is that Tales of Arise is coming out on September 10th. So as far as, not that I really thought there was a chance that we would get something like Q3 for Elden Ring anyways, but there's no way that they're going to sort of cannibalize their own market. And I would say that Tales of Arise is going to take precedent as far as that release. So I don't think, that doesn't eliminate Q4 2021 for Elden Ring, even though I think that's very unlikely at this point. But that, the September 10th means Elden Ring wouldn't be coming out anywhere near there. Not that it would anyways, but that just sort of helps solidify that for me. So where does this all leave us? I think the questions are like, when will Elden Ring show up? Where will Elden Ring show up? Will Elden Ring sort of shadow drop, just like, information, just like Tales of Arise sort of comes out of nowhere with an information dump? And it is interesting to note that Digimon Survive, Scarlet Nexus, Tales of Arise all talked about getting more information in the spring, and they've had stuff come out. Elden Ring hasn't had any communication from official channels since 2019, and therefore, it was sort of the odd man out anyway. So I don't know that it would shadow drop in the same way. It hasn't had anything built up for it. There's always the chance, I suppose. But I sort of think that it is more likely at this point that Elden Ring is attached to probably a Microsoft event, and that could even be part of the reasoning for why we haven't seen Elden Ring have the same communication stuff this year, because they're attached to a third-party schedule for which they're working with Microsoft for an event, and it's for Microsoft to sort of lead when that information will come out. And but who knows? But so that's basically it for the news this week. These bits just to help further get a better idea of when Elden Ring might show up, and I think our best bet at this point is a summer event by Microsoft, attached to Microsoft, whether or not that's E3 or something else, I'm not sure. And but it is good to see here, and at least something else that I think is worth thinking about as an encouraging aspect is that Tales of Arise, when it came out strong with a release date, gameplay, articles, and we had previously sort of been alluded to that when Elden Ring does get information out, that they are going to do something on a similar scale. But my own sort of tinfoil hat theory is that Microsoft has sort of asked, or or From Software has offered, or Bamco, however that works, to have Elden Ring sort of shown off there at a Microsoft event, and that's sort of the potential reason why we haven't heard anything else yet, but who knows. But so just some small bits of news, news in quotes, because it's nothing big, but it does help, I think, just give us a slightly better idea. So, you know, I'll take it at this point. So there you have it, though. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you for the next Elden Wait.